my big projects. So if those turn out okay, then pretty good. But besides that, it's going pretty well.
I'm guessing you don't have any group projects.
No, so that's fantastic.
Okay, yeah. So you have nothing to complain about whatsoever.
No,
Yeah,
and that's great.
I'm like down to only a group project. It's like, I ranted about it earlier today, but
Do you have one going on or what?
yeah, I just met up with 2 out of 3 of the additional group members showed up for the meeting, and so that's decent, results, I guess. And
Yeah. Did the other one just not show up, or did they contact you and say, I'm not showing up because blah, blah?
they just didn't respond to the invite and haven't been really in touch much at all.
Oh.
So we'll see how that goes.
I'm so frustrated when that happens.
It just drives me nuts. I'm like, I usually end up, even though I don't, it's one of those things. It's like, if there's somebody there that knows what's going on, I'll be like, yeah, you can be in charge. But usually I end up being in charge, and it's like, okay. And so you give everybody like nice, definable project. All you ask is they do the small piece and they do it competently. And it's usually too much to ask. And I have a tendency to give them, a lot of slack. I'd be like, okay, I expect that you're not an idiot, but.
Yeah, I always give people the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah, I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and then it's like towards the end, you're starting to think, you're like, okay. Towards the end, I'm usually thinking there's usually at least one person. I'm like, I really wish we weren't doing this over the internet so I could physically be in your presence, and that would help convince you to like get your shit together. But
yeah, because normally I can walk them through why they're wrong.
Yeah, but you have to actually have that communication. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in person,
they'll come back to you and say, I have this done, and then they'll show it to you, and it's just complete trash. It's like, this isn't even what we're doing, or you did this completely wrong.
Yeah.
And then they don't want to redo it, and then they're going to fight you, because now they have a reason to battle you out for at least longer.
They waited, and they seemed like they were doing good work, and there was just a few things missing, but then they turn in like the last thing, like, when you need it, and it's almost due, and it doesn't work, and you're like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, anyway.
And then it's especially frustrating when the project needs some sort of, like, it needs to be synthesized and flow together. Because if this person's doing and this person's doing that, and it like looks completely different or sounds completely different or
when you do like collaborative papers, I had to do one of those, and they were all technical people, which writing skills vary.
Yeah.
So I usually go with all right, everybody send it to me like the night it's due, because you usually do it like 6 a.m. on Monday morning. So I'll be like, all right, send it to me, like 9 p.m. the night before, and everybody give me your stuff. And then if they totally failed, I would just rewrite it and just go on. Under the guise of I'm a professional, I have like professional editing experience, so allow me to make this look better. So I could usually pull those out of the hat. But like, most of the time it's like, if I was doing the project alone, it would take me a relatively finite amount of time. I know it would work, and I would be happier with it, and I could procrastinate it, which also makes me happier. That's the other thing. It's like, you can't procrastinate. Yeah. Like, I end up being the least procrastinating person on a team project, and you're like, how is this okay? And how do I get to be this person?
Right. Or you got like a ESTJ or like an ENTJ or something that wants you to be on some sort of timetable. And they expect, they think that because you haven't gotten this far this soon that it's going to turn out to be crap. But you end up doing the best thing in the project anyway, the best piece of it, even though you might have took longer.
Yeah,
like, I usually end up doing that. I'm not the person to worry about.
Yeah. I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I eventually learned to just like be like, all right, unless somebody wants to argue with me about it, and then I'll probably argue with them. I'm like, I'll be in charge, and it makes it easier. I'll volunteer to do approximately half the work, and then try to, like figure out what everybody else can do to make it all work. But they always had some, like in the program, a lot of times the group projects will be like based off of some previous individual work. And so it's like, you have to pick somebody's individual case. So far, it's always been,
Well, you're breaking up. I'm going to rejoin.
Yeah.
Well, Neptune, my SE is, and it's good in some areas. I was talking to Taylor about this the other day. We were talking about if Type 8s and ENTPs that use TI more than a usual ENTP have better SE because of that. So and at SI. So maybe I do. I don't know. Because I feel like I'm definitely more like Taylor as an ENTP than I am like Eric. I think, at least. I don't know what you think.
They're getting back.
That's an interesting thought. I think I have 4 lats in my Enneagram, but I don't have good FI at all. Not at all. Maybe I'm not a type 4, though. I've been thinking about that. I might be 2 last, maybe. I'm definitely not a 1. I don't even know how a 1 would work with an 8.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're an 8, you're not going to be a 1 in your tri-type.
That's right. You can't pick. No. Could you just tell me what to type in on Google? Because I can't use my phone to do that.
I usually have FI is always the lowest on any like function test I ever take.
And then it's keys to cognition with the number 2.
Yeah. I usually get like 100%
Grepsy's
on
pretty good, I
any
think.
TI, and then usually like NI and TE are pretty close, and then it starts going into other ones. But
Although I agree with Eric though when he talks about INTPs having like it seems like their FE is higher than an ENTP because ENTPs are sloppy with it.
I'm a slave to my TI.
yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. I mean, I know I'm that way. It's like any and TI, and then the rest can kind of like, eh. They're all totally busy with whatever any and TI are coming up with, and usually they just talk to each other like, we'll worry about the rest of the functions.
Well,
I'm a TI-SI looper. Yeah. It kills me. It
I was gonna say, that sounds pretty painful.
it's all I can do. It's all encompassing.
Do you have a lot of regret?
Oh, uh, in my
I do.
personal life, yes. In my logical going about daily life, no, because I do things according to what my brain.
I'm talking about long term, like long ago stuff, big things.
No, because I think I've done everything properly.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that other people have wronged me and have gone about their lives improperly by using just fucking emotion. You can't even fucking have a goddamn conversation with anybody these days because they fucking can't. You can't even have a fucking conversation with anybody without them getting fucking crazy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna mute people while I take this test.
Angry, and they get angry when you don't agree with them, or when you prove them wrong, or you have to relent and fake that you agree with them just to fucking let it go. And that's just like killing me on the inside. It's like death on the in my soul. You know what I mean? Miami. I want so desperately to get in touch with my FI, but I can't, and I won't. And I won't because it clouds everything. Ew. I don't know who that is, but he's talking gross.
Yeah, Abe was on screen there for a second.
But when I let myself go there, it usually ends up disastrous. I want to. I desperately want to. I want to be able to relate to people on a typical level. I want to be accepted. You know what I mean? You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you seem to be pretty in touch with your FI.
Yeah. It's like I'm lost. It's like and I view other people who are using it as phony.